How weird do you have to be before you're actually weird? Like, really weird? Or are we all weird anyway? And if we are all weird, then where do you draw the line between okay weird and crazy weird? Like, take the people here for instance. Now they all seem like what you'd call normal, right? But what's normal? Until I'd met Bridget, I'd never met anyone who didn't put cereal in their bowl first, and then put the milk on. But Bridget does it the other way around.
Why?
Why what?
Why do you put your cereal into your milk instead of milk into your cereal?
Was there some kind of law that says I have to do it the other way?
No, but that's just the way that everyone does it.
Well, I'm not everyone.
Yeah, but is there a reason? Like, did your parents force you to or something?
No, I just started doing it when I was little and then I kept on doing it. No, I like doing it that way.
You're weird.
I think that's weird. Check out this.
Elderly woman goes missing.
This woman hasn't left her house for 10 years, and then one day the nurse goes to check on her and they can't find her. She's just vanished completely.
That is weird. It's still not as weird as putting your cereal in after the milk.
Go away, will you?
Mind you, Adam is hardly the one to talk. Like everything he does is right-handed, but he always stirs the sugar in his tea with his left hand. Watch. See what I mean? I once asked him why he did that.
When I was 7, I read this story about an enemy spy who was able to track down the hero because he was right-handed.
Oh yeah?
He saw the hero stirring his tea and ambushed him, so I thought I'd outsmart any spies looking for me and started stirring my tea with my left hand. I've been doing it ever since. Yes.
That explains a lot about you. An awful lot.
Not that Guy could talk either. If anyone had weird habits, then some of his take the cake.
Okay, ready for lights out, guys?
Fine by me.
Yep. Don't mean to pry into your personal habits, Guy.
Oh, go right ahead, I've got no secrets.
What are you doing?
Cleansing the room.
Excuse me?
Been doing it ever since I was 4. My grandfather reckoned that if I paced out 2 circles around the room before I went to sleep at night, it would stir up the air and make all the nasties go away.
For real?
Yeah, you reckon it was based on wild dogs? They always did a 360 turn before they settled down for the night.
And you actually believe that?
Well, not really, but I just kind of got into the habit of doing it. Now, if I don't do it, I can't sleep.
Oh, you serious?
Yep, it's weird, I know, but that's how it is. Good night, guys.
Good night, Tripstick.
Then there's Cassie. Every time we get our boards out, she goes through the same rituals.
Okay, you promised to be good to me today, so don't let me down. I know you're going to enjoy it. You just need to stay nice and calm.
Cassie, one day you're going to get a big fright. Your board is actually going to start talking back.
She already does.
What?
You can't hear her, but I can. And we have this special understanding.
Well, you know they have doctors for that sort of thing, Cass.
Have you always talked to your boards?
Every board I've ever owned since I was 5.
Why? It's an inanimate object. It can't talk back.
Oh, it makes me feel good. If I didn't do it, my whole day would be ruined. I wouldn't be able to stop thinking about it.
You have to hand it to Cassie. She makes it sound like talking to surfboards is the most natural thing in the world. In fact, she makes it sound like you're the weird one if you don't talk to your board. Even Lauren, who's normally a very together person, has some strange ways about her. What's the matter?
Starfish.
What?
What's she doing?
Beats me.
This old tune has had 2 lives.
What was that all about?
When I was 6, I heard this story about a starfish. If you found one on the beach, you should always draw a square around it. Then the starfish would live and you would have good luck.
Do you always do that?
Yep, every time.
Whatever turns you on, I suppose.
So there they were, my 5 normal friends. On the outside, you'd think they were your average, well-adjusted teenager, and mainly they were. But even average, well-adjusted teenagers obviously have their quirks. And then, of course, there's me. Like, I'd always considered myself to be normal, right? But watching the others made me wonder if I had a few weird things going on too. And once I started looking, it didn't take long to find out.
Stop stressing.
I'm not stressing.
Yes, you are. Whenever you stress, you suck your tea, which is what you've been doing for the last 5 minutes.
I don't suck my teeth.
You do.
How? I don't do that, do I?
Whenever you can't work something out, it's a dead giveaway.
It must be something I've just started.
No way. You've been doing it ever since you got here. Guy reckons we should all chip in and buy you a dummy as a stress reliever.
Is it that bad?
Don't fret about it. You just get a little bit loud sometimes, that's all.
Discovering I was a teeth sucker was one thing, especially since it seemed I'd been doing it forever without even knowing about it. But that was nothing compared to what happened next.
Charlie, you gave me a start. I thought everyone was in bed. Charlie? Charlie, is everything okay? Sorry?
Sleepwalking? You're joking.
It's nothing to be worried about. Happens to lots of kids and teenagers. Most of them just grow out of it.
Have you been stressing out about anything lately, mate? Because that's usually what causes it.
We've had exams this week, but I thought I was coping all right.
You probably are, but that could be a reason.
The only danger is that you could injure yourself, like falling down the stairs or something.
And if any of the other kids find you, we have to make sure they don't try and wake you up.
No, can we please not tell the others?
We need to take precautions, mate. If you injure
This is a one-off, I swear. I don't want everyone to think I'm a freak.
Well, no one will think that. Sleepwalking's not a big deal.
Even so, can we please just keep it quiet for now? If I do it again, I agree, it makes sense to tell other people. But can we at least wait until that happens?
Okay. If that's what you really want, we'll go along with it. But if it happens again, you have to promise to stick to your side of the bargain.
I do. Absolutely. Fortunately, my sleepwalking stunt did turn out to be a one-off. A few days went by, then a week, then a month. My life carried on like it always had. No, I'm gonna stick it out for a bit longer.
Okay, I'll see you up there.
Okay, see ya. So everything was back to normal again. Although I'm not sure if normal meant the same now as it used to mean. Now I'd come to accept that everyone had their funny little kinks. But just as I thought I'd got a handle on this, something happened that forced me to reassess everything all over again.
Oh, perfect timing, Charlie. We've almost finished.
Oh, don't panic. I'm doing the dishes tonight.
Well, you're in for a real treat. Adam has used every pot in the whole house.
Oh, what?
Wait until you taste what I've made.
What we've made?
Yes, what we've made. It is sensational.
Hey, what's this?
It's an old woman who went missing, you know, the one from the newspaper?
Yeah, they're distributing them to everyone's letterbox.
How hard can it be to find an old woman? It's like she can hitch a ride to Queensland.
I don't know. Hey, Beck, do you know this old woman that's gone missing?
Not really. She was a bit of a recluse for the last 10 years or so.
Hey, get this. Rosemary Wilson was one of the first female surfers in the area in the 1950s.
Is that true?
According to this, she won the first women's competition to be run at Blue Water Beach in 1955.
See, that's what happens to surfer girls when they retire. They become hermits and lose their marbles completely.
Oh, well, at least it takes us 70 years or so. You guys have already lost your marbles.
That's assuming they had some to start with.
Okay, girls, that's enough feminism for one night. Time to sample the best food you'll eat all week.
Uh-huh.
I have to say, I'm braised for a stew. This is actually quite passable.
Passable? It's way better than passable.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Carrots are a little overdone for my liking.
Lauren cooked those.
What? I told you not to put them in for so long.
Don't listen to them, Lauren. It's terrific. You'd win a lot of friends if you cooked food like this on the circuit.
What's up, Bridget? You've hardly said a word all night.
I just keep thinking about that poor old woman who's gone missing. I mean, what if she's fallen somewhere or had an accident?
How many days has she been missing now?
I think about 3.
Wow, that's a long time to go without food and water.
Oh, she's an old woman, for Pete's sake. She can't have gone far.
Well, they've had dozens of people searching the area.
Yeah, but what if she ended up on the beach and she could have got hit by a wave? You know?
And what, drowned?
Oh, don't say that.
Hey, sadly, it's a possibility.
Maybe she's not lost. Maybe she's been abducted.
Who would abduct a 70-year-old woman?
And why?
I don't know. Maybe she's got
Got some money stashed away somewhere, or someone's got a grudge against her.
I don't know. The world's full of weirdos.
Well, on that really cheery note, how about we turn our minds to dessert? Assuming there is some.
Actually, there is some. And Guy has made it. And Lauren, here's your chance to get back at him.
I can't wait.
I lost it again. Me and my friends have been
31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Okay, well done, guys. Stomach crunches. Boys first. Let's go. 3 minutes. Ready? Come on. Go. Hey, Charlie, what are you doing, mate?
Something wrong?
Charlie!
Today we look at the subject of conforming. Who can tell me why it might be a good idea to conform, to act like everybody else? Oh, come on, class. Don't all talk at once now. Yes, Bridget. Help rescue us all from this sea of indifference.
Well, with driving a car, we all have to drive on the same side of the road.
Or?
Or we'd probably crash into each other and die.
Right. Social conformity, necessary to preserve life and limb. Anything else?
Yeah, we need to conform with clothes.
What?
Well, if you play football, then you have to wear the same colours as your teammates, otherwise nobody will know who's who, will they?
Very good. Conforming to achieve a common goal. Yes, Cassie?
But so what if we don't want to conform? Or what if I want to wear clothes nobody else does and have a special look that's on my own?
Oh, Cassie, you'll always have a special look that's your own no matter what clothes you wear.
Oh, you know what I mean. We have to be individuals too, don't we?
A fair question. Charlie? Do you have an opinion on that?
Well, I was just thinking that great artists, painters, writers, musicians, they didn't conform. They were rebels.
I bet they drove on the right side of the road, though.
Yeah, otherwise they'd have died, and it's hard to rebel when you're dead.
So sometimes we need to conform and sometimes we need to do our own thing.
Pretty fair summation, Bridget.
But when?
When what?
When should we conform and when should we be an individual?
And how much of an individual can we be?
Class, I'm delighted. You're asking all the right questions.
So, what are the answers?
No idea. But I'm looking forward to finding out from all of you because that's the topic of this week's essay. How much freedom should we have as individuals? Answers by Friday, please, and no extensions. Yes, Guy?
If I rebel and hand my essay in a week late, does that make me a great artist?
No, Guy, it makes you a failed Year 11 student from Bluewater High. Textbooks out, please. Turn to chapter 7.
Hey, you know what, guys? I reckon we could be onto something seriously good here. If we consider ourselves as great artists, we can pretty much write our own rule book.
So, Captain Guy, what would you do differently?
Oh, I don't know. Get up at 10 instead of 5, eat cake for breakfast, wear rubbish clothes to school.
Okay, cool. So you'd skip training, get unfit, and then get kicked out of school. And solar blue.
Okay, so the plan has a few flaws, nothing that can't be worked on, though.
Forgetting one other thing, Guy.
Yes, Charles.
Great artists also happen to produce a bit of great art along the way.
Oh, small but significant fact.
Okay, you win. I'll go back to being boring and normal like all of you.
Oh, look. I hope they find her soon.
It's been 4 days now. An old woman like that, she can't survive for too much longer.
Come on, kick your legs harder, Lauren. You too, Adam. Well done, guys. Keep it up. You're under time. This is the last lap.
Excellent work, guys. Really well done. You've just taken another 2 seconds off your previous best. Okay.
Well done.
Come on, it's enough for today. Let's head home.
I am so tired. Every muscle in my legs is screaming.
If you feel like that, imagine how the rest of us feel.
Well, all I can say is I'm glad I'm not cooking tonight.
Either of you know that guy over there?
Never seen him before.
Same here. Why?
Well, he's been hanging around the last few days watching us train.
Oh, well, it's a free beach. You can't stop him.
Still, it's a bit odd. Wonder why he'd do that.
That's what I'd like to know. Here, can you take these for me?
You're gonna talk to him, are you?
Why not? I'd like to know why he's so fascinated by us.
Well, do you want us to wait?
No, it won't be long. I'm just going to let him know that we don't like being spied on.
I think we should wait. You never know what might happen.
All right, well, can we at least sit down? My legs are jelly.
Hi, how you doing?
Well enough, thanks.
I've noticed you've been watching us train for the last few days. Do you mind if I ask why?
I wondered if any of you'd seen me.
Look, no offence, but we're not too happy about being spied on.
Spied on? Goodness me, I must cut a more serious figure than I imagined.
So what's this all about? Why have you been watching us?
Well, it's quite simple, really. I've been trying to find out what sorts of people you are, to see if you're right.
Right for what?
Do you mind if I sit down? My legs aren't what they were, I'm afraid.
Oh, sure.
Oh well, looks like he doesn't feel the need for us to rescue him.
Not that we'd know what to do anyway. We'll see you back there!
Hey, is Charlie upstairs?
No, I thought he was down here with you guys.
Shouldn't he be back by now?
Back from where?
I knew we shouldn't have left him with that old man.
What old man?
Come on, he was old and frail. What could he do?
What are you two on about? Is Charlie in trouble?
I hope not.
Hey, timing. The girls are just about to send out a search and rescue squad.
Hey, mate, what's all this stuff about some old man you were hanging out with?
What's the story, Charlie?
Is everything okay?
I don't think so.
What's the matter, Charlie?
With the old woman, the one who's missing,
What about her? Do you know where she is?
I'm pretty sure I do.
Where?
She's in here.
What?
What are you saying, Charlie? She's like a genie in a bottle.
Why?
Well, what? It's either that or she's...
These are her ashes. She was cremated 3 days ago. So just when I'd got used to the idea that even normal people can be a little bit crazy, I was suddenly thrown a curveball by someone who pushed this theory to the limit. And let's be honest, in this case, it went way beyond the limit.
So let me get this straight. He's an old guy and he seems harmless enough?
Yeah, he's the image of a perfect grandfather.
And he told you that that is the missing woman.
As good as, yeah.
Rosie loved the surf, you see. Every day we'd come down, she'd be straight into the water. It was like she belonged in it.
So what happened?
Oh, same thing that happens to us all. She got old. The surf was too strong. She struggled against the currents. It was much too dangerous.
So she had to stop altogether?
That's right.
I guess that must have been pretty upsetting for her.
She was never the same again. All the life went out of her. The last years were pretty miserable, really.
Yeah, well, it all makes sense. The name, the age, the surfing, everything.
But how did she die?
And when?
Happened about 4 days ago. I took her out some biscuits. She always had a weakness for shortbread. She was on the veranda. I thought she was asleep. When I went back a few hours later, the biscuits hadn't been touched and her eyes were still closed. This time I could see she wasn't going to wake up.
Well, shouldn't you have tried to get her some sort of medical attention?
Nothing they could have done.
But didn't you think of telling someone? What about her family?
All long gone. Nobody left there.
So you just had her cremated without letting anyone know?
Rosie wouldn't have wanted any fuss. Besides, she'd lost contact with people. I was her only friend.
I still don't get why he wanted to see you. And why he's been watching us train for the past 3 days.
Like I told you, Rosie loved the surf. And I know she'd want her final resting place to be out there. I was looking to find someone suitable.
Suitable for what?
For taking her ashes out and scattering them in the ocean.
Oh, you want us to do that?
Would you mind? You all look such decent young people, and it would make us both very happy. Rosie especially.
So he wants us to scatter her ashes in the ocean?
That's it.
It's a bit weird, isn't it?
I guess we've all got to end up somewhere. The ocean's probably the good of places anyway. Especially if she's a surfer, it only seems natural.
Wait, excuse me. Aren't we forgetting a few small issues here?
Like what?
Like there's this woman who's missing. Her pictures are up all over the district and people are searching for her everywhere. And then this old guy who none of us have ever seen before turns up out of the blue with her ashes.
Adam's right. With all due respect to the old man, we can't just accept his story at face value.
Sorry, what are you saying? That he could have done away with her?
Oh, he couldn't have. Could he?
Well, I don't know. I mean, he seemed nice enough. But everyone has their crazy side, right?
I don't know about that crazy, though. He hardly looked like a murderer to me.
What, and you hang out with plenty of murderers?
No, you know what I mean.
I'm not saying anything like that happened, but the fact is something has occurred, and there are proper procedures to follow with stuff like this.
So what do we do now?
Well, there's only one thing we can do.
I've never done this sort of thing before. What should I say?
Just tell the truth. Come on, everything will be all right.
And then he asked me if I could take the urn out to sea and scatter the ashes.
And what did you say?
Well, he seemed like such a sad old guy, I didn't feel I could refuse.
Bit of a strange request, though. I mean, weren't you suspicious?
Well, yeah, a bit. But he was so sincere and...
And?
Well, I guess underneath the surface we're all a bit strange sometimes, especially if we're a bit stressed.
Well, I think you'll agree, Sergeant Leslie, that Charlie's done the right thing by coming here today and telling you about it.
Yes, that's true. You've done the right thing, Charlie.
Well, at least we know where the old woman who went missing is.
And you must be happy to call off the search now.
Well, not exactly.
Why? You don't think this is her?
Well, as it turns out, Rosemary Wilson was found last night. Some hikers came across her up in the hills.
Was she alive?
Oh, very much so. Seems she decided to go shopping for the first time in 10 years and ended up on the wrong road. So she just kept on walking.
For 4 days?
Well, you know, memory might be shot to pieces, but she's got the stamina of an ox.
Well, then if these aren't her ashes, then whose are they?
Well, that, Charlie, is the very question that's been going through my mind.
His dog?
Yeah, she was 17, an old Labrador. He showed us pictures.
Well, why didn't he tell you that when you were talking to him?
Well, I never asked. I just assumed from the way he spoke it was a person.
So what did the police say?
What can they say? It's not like anyone broke the law or anything.
Well, I've heard of people being attached to their dog, but never this attached.
I can understand it. My family'd be devastated if we lost our dog.
And he did say it was his only friend.
So what happens now?
Well, I'm going to do what he asked.
You mean scatter the ashes in the sea?
Yep. And if anyone would like to help me give Rosie a good surfer send-off, I'm sure she'd appreciate it. I suppose we should have all felt a bit weird paddling out to have a funeral for a dog, but the more we got used to the idea, the more it felt like the right thing to do. In fact, by the time we came to do it, it felt like the most natural thing in the world.
How he falls, but if I speak to you of days upon the ocean, and I can speak to you of memories and dust, there won't be time for all of us. I know there won't be time for all of us.
Here we go, Rosie. Your last surf.
I landed in the garden, longing for the view behind the fence. Oh my God, I break my bones one brittle for the air we float on can't feel dense.
Goodbye, Rosie. See you, Rosie.
But if I speak to you of days
Bye, Rosie.
on the ocean, and I can speak to you of memories and dust, there won't be time for all of us. I know there won't be time for all of us.
Before all this happened, I used to think that people were either normal or weird. Now I have the feeling that we're all a little bit weird, and that's the thing that makes us normal. Whether that's a good thing or not, it's something I'm still trying to figure out. Then again, maybe I never will.
With faith in mysterious ways, but for me, faith don't make up for what we lost.